All right, he's here. Talk to you soon.
What's going on, Luis?
Frank, I got a guest dead in 103. And some person named Wegman who says he knows you won't unlock the door.
Steve Wegman?
Yes. Won't let anyone in. Says the guest is dead. He's talking only to you.
Who's registered in the room?
Marvin Silver, that carpet idiot.
Ellie making any headway evicting that no-pay from the presidential suite?
Well, that's a whole other story, Frank. Hotel business anymore is a three-ring circus.
Call Rand Hugh Ambulance. If Jerry's available, he's who we'd like on the gurney.
Good evening, Mr. Cisco.
Frank Cisco, Steve, open the door.
Frank, I insisted that they call you.
What can you tell me?
I'm hired by this guy's wife. She's got some matrimonial misgivings, which turn out to be well-founded. I observed Marvin here rendezvous with the BIM in the downstairs bar. They adjourn upwards.
She'd be where at present, Steve?
She would be stashed in a John presently, Frank.
Hello?
I had the extension disconnected, and I confiscated her cellular.
You know her name?
Tiffany.
Frank Cisco, Tiffany, security for the hotel.
I just want to say that this was not my fault. If anyone's blameworthy for Marvin's cardiac shock, it's that creep you're talking to, with his phony Spanish room service accent and barging in here with the camera, scaring everybody half to death.
Tiffany, I promise you're not getting jammed off this, but I need you to stay in there a few minutes longer.
This is not effective use of my time.
Send Dr. Ashoghi into room 103. Your plan was going to be what, Steve? Shake this guy down?
Well, I would put it more like an offer to switch teams. But then, of course, Marvin here croaks beforehand because of the long-term commitment by whoever runs the universe to keep me, Steve Wegman, continuously behind the eight ball. Anyway, turn of events. I'm a free agent, and you have a spin issue. For the well-regarded hotel here, you number among your clients.
Don't overestimate your earning power, Steve. The guy sold carpet.
The man was a public figure, Frank. He did his own TV commercials. Come on. All right. I'm not saying there's going to be a feeding frenzy, but the tabloids will be interested.
Hey, Frank, what is it, heart attack?
Looks like it, Doc. $500.
That's ludicrous, Frank. Ludicrous.
This man is dead.
And we don't prosecute you for criminal trespass.
I am not the success story post-police employment Frank Cisco is. It's a little cold for me right now. I mean, the guy's wife is paying me in carpet remnants. Frank.
$500, Steve. Take it or leave it.
I do it here.
Because that's the manager, and he is not a fan.
All right. This time.
Help tidy up. Hey, Jerry.
Mr. Cisco.
This guy's huge.
Hello?
I want that fat tub out of here in 5 minutes.
Tiffany, thanks for being patient.
Everybody acts like a heart attack is such a great way to go, and I'm like, it's not so great for the person who's under you.
Anyways, your approach here is to walk away quietly, and everyone stays friends in terms of you frequenting the hotel.
You speaking with some authority?
I'm the guy who throws people out. Steve?
Yeah.
You got Tiffany's cell phone for her?
Yeah, okay. Here you go. Were you Jeopardy's longest-running contestant, or am I confusing with somebody else?
We straight with this guy, Frank?
Yeah.
Steve Wegman, sir, at your service.
Don't come back here.
That little Spaniard just dissed me.
Try to nurse the 500. Will you, Steve?
You know, Frank, you got amazing people skills.
Can I get my party favors?
I'll leave you holding the bag.
This tub on the gurney.
1, 2, 3.
Oops.
So this woman wants CCTV inside the car because she said that's where he's doing it. And not only that, it's got to be a live feed. She wants to watch him cheat in the moment. So I rig it up for her. I set her up with a state-of-the-art micro transmitter wired from the dome light through the windshield to the back of the glove box. I got to build a false back to the damn thing and program it to bounce a signal off a satellite from inside the car.
Does it work?
Yeah, you know it works. I'm going to take a class at the CIA.
No kidding.
Yeah. So, Frank's expecting you?
Oh, yeah, we saw each other last night.
Because I know he's got a 9 a.m. appointment.
I'll be in and out like Zorro. Well, hello, gorgeous.
Morning, Neville. Wegman.
Where'd you buy the shiner?
Where's Jillian?
She quit. Got a part in a movie.
We should hire a temp.
Here he is.
Frank.
Morning.
Where's Jillian?
She took a part in the movie.
Hire a temp.
Morning, Frank.
What happened to your eye?
Wait up, Ellie.
Frank, a moment of your time.
Steve, I got people coming in 3 minutes.
Well, you know, that's all I need is just a
Frank?
couple.
Wegman.
Hey.
Charlie asked me to bring you a file update on the Randalls for missing persons.
Thanks. When's his hearing?
They moved it to tomorrow.
How's he doing?
You know,
Tell him hi for me. And if this Porter Rice thing doesn't go his way, have him give me a call.
Frank Cisco, Exhibit A for life after the job. Thanks.
Hey, Frank, I'd like to talk to you.
Excuse me. Frank, 30 seconds. Frank, I just want to say, before you meet with the Randalls, if we take this case, and I think we should, it would be good if we got a retainer up front.
That girl is dead.
And her very wealthy parents are in pain, and they have every right to know what happened to their daughter.
Just take care of the books, okay?
I just don't want to end up cooking the books, Frank. We could use a little cash flow.
George, you want me to get a retainer?
Please?
Frank,
Steve, I got a missing kid's parents coming in.
do you know what I was kicking myself for driving home last night? Was that I really didn't raise what was on my mind, which is you and me joining forces. With me, of course, in a subordinate capacity.
No good, Steve.
So you feel an initial hesitation? Is that what I'm getting from you, Frank?
Steve,
Okay, I know you got people coming in, Frank. Just let me make my case.
I've got nothing against you, Steve. I'd enjoy us having a beer. But we've got different approaches.
Well, that doesn't have to be a negative. I'm not a guy troubled reaching his hands into dirty water. And Frank, there are occasions that's necessary. And I'm also not afraid to take one for the team. You know, compromising circumstances, operative needs to be left behind. That stuff don't bother me.
I've got nothing for you.
A private investigator makes one little, highly publicized mistake. Frank, fact is, I got the job done. That guy's wife was cheating on him.
Yeah, with you.
Sure. Like I was the only one she was banging. Frank.
Steve, we were working for the husband.
Randalls are here.
Okay,
Look, why can't we just leave this incident behind us and move ahead? Look,
if the 500's already gone, I can let you hold a few more dollars.
I'll tell you the other thing, Frank. You know, every so often a guy likes to be able to take himself a little seriously. Usually I just lie down till that passes. For parking, okay? You best.
Morning. Mr. Cisco, let's come into my office. Take care, Steve.
Okay, see you, Frank. You've engaged the best in the business. Top quality operative. We use Mr. Cisco all the time.
Thank you.
Please, pleasure to be truthful. Hello, security. Yeah, we can do that. Address, please? We'll send someone right out. Thank you.
Good to see you again, Mrs. Randall.
I could wish there were happier circumstances.
So, this guy started to make calls again.
Yes, he's back with the same mumbo jumbo about what she was wearing and so forth.
He's mentioning mountains now, which does correlate with information we've gotten from other alternative sources.
Psychics.
We know your exact feelings on that score, but we've had a number of independent and absolutely vivid and specific senses of water, movement, and height.
In terms of the phone calls,
I should also say in the past 2 years, since you left the department, we've developed a very persuasive scenario as to how Sophie disappeared and where she's most likely been kept. These white slavers turn out to operate as a prime venue from Venice Beach, which you know she frequented. They say sell magazines or star maps. That's how they hook them in. They pick these girls up, they're transported to Tokyo and held incommunicado.
Laura. What's our next step?
in terms of setting a phone trap, that should be real easy, and I definitely think we should. Have you notified the police?
Oh, yes, that was very edifying, very encouraging.
It's with missing persons now.
I know some people there.
I wouldn't brag.
I always felt when you were handling the case that we were getting somewhere.
He didn't find her.
No, that's right.
Anyway, Frank, I'm aware of what you said, what we have to be prepared for. But it would be a great comfort to my wife and me if you would come back on the case.
I'd be happy to.
My sole stipulation is, and I've been very consistent about this, no one is to work on Sophie's case without fully believing she's alive.
I'm not her parent, Mrs. Randall. But no one hopes Sophie's alive more than me.
Mrs. Bankston,
Yes.
you were interested in a home security system?
Oh, yeah, please, come on in. The way things have gotten in L.A., my husband thinks we should upgrade the
Excuse
security.
me, Mrs. Bankston, have we previously met?
No, I don't think so.
So you have absolutely no idea who I am?
Well, you just said that you were from the security place.
Actually, I didn't. You make it a practice to allow strange men into your home?
No, of course not.
So for all you know, I could be a psychopath, a sex offender, a serial killer, or all the above. Steve Wegman, Total Security. Always ask for identification.
You had me worried there for a second.
Well, worry is not productive. Vigilance is what counts. Criminals will do or say anything to gain access into your home. Are you generally here alone?
Not generally, but sometimes, when my husband's away or busy.
A beautiful woman like you. Home alone here, your husband has every right to be concerned about your safety.
Well, actually, it's not my safety that he's concerned about. My husband has a very extensive stamp collection.
Stamps. Well, we all have our priorities. Well, I'd like to recommend the Alpha MK3720 with perimeter and interior intelligent zonal monitoring, on-site enunciation and LCD readout of system status at the command module, hardwired, dedicated to a tamper-proof transponder, which instantaneously relays a distress code to our central command mainframe, should the system integrity be violated. At which point, an armed security specialist will be deployed.
Would you care to join me in a glass of champagne?
No, thanks. I usually wait till the sun's over the yard arm.
Well, I usually don't partake this early either. It's just that I opened this bottle last night and I didn't want it to go to waste.
Well, what's champagne without bubbles, huh?
Exactly.
Mrs. Bankston,
Cheryl.
I would be remiss in my duties, Cheryl, if I let the fact that I find you very attractive distract me from the work at hand, which is to make you feel safe and secure in your home.
Oh, that's a tall order. You see, I'm a woman given to moments of insecurity. Is all this, very expensive?
I think I can work with you. Of course, it'd be impossible for me to give you an accurate estimate without a thorough evaluation of the premises.
Let's start with the bedroom. What was that?
Honey?
Oh my God, it's my husband. He's supposed to be inside.
Okay.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh, it's not panic.
Just tell him you were assaulted. Tell him somebody broke in and you were assaulted.
He's gonna kill me.
Scream.
What?
Scream and keep screaming, and I'll consult with you shortly. We're gonna get through this, baby.
Excellent references.
And I just received my associate degree in secretarial science from El Camino College. I think it's important to have a skill.
Do you have aspirations to become an actress?
I have been told that I have the looks, but I get somewhat nervous in public speaking.
Geneva, what do you think total security means?
I would say totally secure.
Your teacher at El Camino may have told you never to use a term in its own definition, but totally secure is exactly how we want our clients to feel. Geneva, conventional law enforcement reacts to crimes committed. We do certain work after the fact for those who can't or won't turn to the police, but our true mandate is crime prevention.
I see.
A personal event and home security, threat assessment, skip tracing, intelligence and counterintelligence at the corporate level. We do all these things and more.
My main experience so far is messages and dictation.
I get a good hit off you. I have a feeling you might be a gal who's good for office morale.
So, do I have the job?
Welcome aboard.
God, I'll really work hard.
That's fine. I'm going to have you sign one of our confidentiality agreements.
So, do you have like really famous clients?
Oh, yes,
Brad Pitt?
among others.
Oh my God.
Why are you so sure this sicko making the calls isn't the same one that grabbed her? I mean, he had specific details about what she was wearing and how she did her hair.
Only on the Randall girl. There were 5 other murders in this pattern. Why isn't he making calls to those victims' families?
And we're sure she's dead.
The MO is too similar to the other murders, and the fact that they stopped all of a sudden makes me think the killer's in the joint or dead himself. But that's not a theory we want to share with the parents at this point.
Got it.
You ever going to tell me about that mouse under your eye?
You writing a book?
Was it those diplomat jerks I sent you to see at the Seven Palms?
They took umbrage. A woman dunning them for their bill.
Why didn't you say something?
Didn't figure I needed you going to war for me like you were my big brother. Frank, look at this. This bum's calling the Randalls from the same phones as 2 years ago.
These two don't fit the pattern.
Maybe they're out of service. It's disconnected.
Good work, Jonesy.
Not so good for Jody's husband if his bosses find out he missed the pattern. This one's disconnected, too.
What did Charlie miss?
This bum cycles through the same set of payphones he used when he was tormenting these people before.
Charlie.
A lot of people would have missed it. I missed it. I want to set up on these phones first thing in the morning.
I'll call Neville.
Charlie keeps moaning how he's stuck in missing persons till his border rights hearing. These people are half nuts to know where their daughter is, and he doesn't even check the phone logs.
No harm to anyone if Charlie predates some kind of log entry that he picked this up.
You mean he's screwed if he doesn't?
You want me to call him?
I'll do it. You've saved Charlie's ass enough for one day.
Oh, mother of my children.
You know you're being recorded, Neville.
For your listening pleasure, baby.
We're all set, Frank. And while we wait for this creep to show, Neville is trolling for anything in a size 5.
Genetics of gender. I bear no personal responsibility whatsoever. Ooh, hot mama. So happy birthday to me.
My husband happened to call?
He just walked in the door. Hey, Charlie. Your bride's in a van.
Oh, yeah? Is she upright?
Anyways, tell him good luck on his border rights, okay?
Yeah, I'll talk to you later on.
Yeah.
Jody says good luck.
The last 12 hours, Jody's been a big source of support.
When's your hearing?
An hour. I backdated some entries in the Randall file. I got that base covered.
Give me your beeper number. We come up with this guy, I'll call you.
It's not like I wasn't doing my job here, Frank. If I thought that this was anything but a weenie pull for these people, I would have been on it.
Nobody's saying you weren't doing your job.
Except my old lady who's looking at me like scum off this. Huh?
Charlie, I gotta go by the hotel.
Well, don't let me hold you up. I only came by to thank you for watching my back.
You must have been leading up to that.
You know, Frank, kiss my ass. I'm an hour away from being hung up by the
You're
department.
taking big precautions against it. DUI in a city car, and you're going in there with liquor on your breath.
You and Jody working off the same set of notes? You always had to have an eye on her, didn't you, Frank?
You ought to get going.
Yeah, I ought to. Haven't been screwed over in a while. I don't want to be late.
What? Mr. Renyevek.
Not available. Who is this?
I'm Frank Cisco. My company does security for the hotel. I want you to vacate the premises within 24 hours.
I receive your ultimatum. Get out now, and please tell someone, clean this pigsty up.
A woman who works for me got slapped in here yesterday. Was it you or the ape?
Do not take that tone with me. I will stay as long as I care to, come and go as I please, and slap who are impudent. If you bother me more, I'll complain with your State Department.
I know all about your diplomatic immunity. You're not out tomorrow. We'll test how much bounce it's got. Because I'll throw you and Bonzo out that window.
You are a smug American of making easy insults. But please know, my security friend, they are not impressed or afraid. I'll ask you also to see a person in front of me with a certain weapon to receive your big threats, which I will also notify of our consulate.
I want your ass out early so they can fumigate. How long's that creep been by the phone?
Showed up at 1:15, walked away when someone went up to the other phone, came back 2 minutes ago.
Here he goes.
Yes. Sophie was wearing white ankle socks. They were folded down and had ladybugs on them.
It's him.
We got him, Ellie. We're 50 feet away.
Keep him talking.
He's on the phone with us. Get him on the phone. Don't let him get away.
Neville.
Yeah.
We're gonna follow this hump. Once he clears, you cut the phone cord and bag the receiver.
Yeah.
Have George run it with DMP.
If he draws a name, I'll run it through CII.
And beep Charlie.
Where is this guy?
1726, White House on the corner. Plate came back to a Ronald Ducote. He's clean with CII.
Did he make you?
I don't think so.
Hey,
Hi.
Board of Rights might have gone all right.
Good.
Moynihan squeezed my shoes a little, but we'll see. So, where is this guy?
Oh, Charlie.
What's your problem?
Nothing.
You know, Charlie, maybe I better go on this guy myself.
What the hell did you call me in here for?
He thought you might show up sober.
Beautiful. You know what? Kiss my ass, then. Or maybe you want to kiss hers, huh? Whatever the hell you want to do. You just...
Yes?
My name's Frank Cisco, Mr. Ducote, and we have to talk about Sophie Randall.
Sorry, I don't know who you're talking about.
We can go inside and try to straighten this out, or I'll put the cuffs on you right here on your front steps and drag you through the street.
All right. Come on. I'd like you to explain who it is you've confused me with.
We haven't confused you with anybody, Mr. Ducote. We know you've been making these calls, how long and where from. Stay too long with mistaken identity.
Who do you allege I've made calls to?
Douglas and Laura Randall, tearing at their insides about what happened to their daughter. Now, what we're going to settle is whether the people I work with are right, and you assaulted this girl sexually and killed her, or you've got some other connection with this, and in some warped way, you're trying to let these people know what happened.
This is insane to be confronted this way.
Would you like me to play your voice on tape for you calling the Randalls this afternoon? Or show you the film we've got? You hanging up when the woman screams, going to your car and driving away on you continuously. Do you drive here to this house? You're the one who's going to look insane and a monster. A sick, vicious psychopath preying on a child.
That is not who I am, and that is not what I did.
Then you better say what you did, Mr. Ducote, because believe me, it's better for my career if I get you for killing her.
I did not kill her. I would never hurt a child. I would never hurt a fellow human being.
You don't think you've been hurting the Randalls?
I've never intentionally hurt another person.
I'm ready to think that maybe something took over you making these phone calls. Maybe you couldn't control what you were doing, and the calls are as far as it went.
I don't have to talk to you, and I'm going to ask you to leave now.
I'm not going anywhere until I get what I came here for, and if I got to bounce you off the wall...
Don't you threaten me!
Let me tell you what you're looking at, Mr. Ducote. You're clean on this, and you cooperate. Worst case, maybe you spend a few weeks in a psychiatric hospital. Otherwise, with what I got on you, you're going down for murder with special circumstances. You're looking at 25 years in prison. Your call.
On weekends, I used to take my binoculars to Beechwood Canyon up near the Hollywood sign and just, watch people.
Is that where Sophie is?
Where the road ends. Car drove up and a man got out and took a bundle from the trunk. Sophie wrapped in an army blanket. Tore her clothes off. Did terrible things to her.
Was she already dead?
Yes. Thank God for that. When he's through, he dumped her body in a ditch. I waited to make sure he wasn't coming back. Then I went down to where he left her. Cleaned her up. And put her clothes back on. I got a shovel from home and buried her so the animals couldn't get her. It just took hold of me, knowing something like that. I didn't want them to take her away. On weekends, I'd read to her, just sit and talk.
And the rest of the time, you'd drive her parents crazy.
I know that was wrong, but I was overcome by this feeling of anger towards them. I felt Sophie and I would have been close friends, and in some way that kept me from knowing her. I felt I protected her better in death than I had in life.
Describe the guy who killed her.
I could do better than describe him. I got his license plate number with my binoculars and found out his name. Arthur Maynard. He's in Chino. For molesting a girl named Janine Redstone.
There's no way to know it's Sophie. The man's lied for years. Why wouldn't he be lying now?
It's not the sense I get, Mrs. Randall.
Right?
These are the Randalls.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
Oh, you're eager to make that assumption, aren't you? I know all about how your job promotions are keyed to labeling cases solved.
Parts of Sophie's clothes are there. And they've excavated the area of her remains. But her souls were nothing can hurt her anymore. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes. I'd like to touch her clothing and the area of her remains.
Yeah, Steve Wigman, hear about your security system?
Well, you're a day late, pal, but come on in. Honey, the guy from security company's here.
Sweetheart, I really don't want to talk to anybody right now.
My wife's very upset. Somebody tried to rape her yesterday.
Gee, that's terrible.
Broad daylight. I mean, broke right into the bedroom. If I hadn't come home when I did, I mean, who knows what would have happened, you know?
I start shaking every time I think about it.
I can imagine. Well, this is probably a good time then to talk about upgrading the security system.
Better late than never, I guess.
You bet, because many times the perpetrator will return to the scene of the crime.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You mean the guy could come back here?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of everything.
I feel more secure already.
Well, we should probably start with a survey of the premises.
Well, let's start with the bedroom.
Yeah, this way, follow me.
Total security, please hold.
Frank.
Here's your messages, Mr. Cisco.
Thanks, Geneva. Call me Frank.
You call me Steve.
Total
It's been a long day, Steve.
Yeah, I was on the radio about that little girl. Hey, plus side of the ledger, though. I just sold 75 large in home security hardware. That's not including installation, not including ongoing maintenance, all under the banner of total security.
You're not under that banner.
Frank, these guys went for every sound sensors, heat sensors, rapid remote video installation with printing capability. I almost sold them that system that feeds goldfish, and they don't even own goldfish. Hey, congratulations on a new receptionist.
What did you do to your foot?
Oh, forget about that. Listen, this sale was a thing of beauty, and I deliver it here to you.
A gift from a head case.
Hey, in a loony world, a staff head case is an asset. Frank, I'm begging you. Put me in a harness.
Steve.
Hear me out, Frank. An audition. Okay, I fail and we part as friends.
Okay. There's this no-pay slob at the Seven Palms hiding behind diplomatic immunity.
Is that Slav or slob?
Slob. Check with Escobar on his nationality.
He's out. The guy is on the street. The rest is logistics.
He's got a large bodyguard.
I don't care if he's got Mike Tyson or two or homeless. I want to tell you something else, Frank. This being the Seven Palms, that's a good omen. I consider that our place. Oh, I love that we're colleagues again.
Какая глупость. Моя старая больная бабушка лучше бьет угловой, чем этот дурак, а?
Give me back my land, you Solvakian swine! Yes, shoot. And you will die as many of my people have died. Only your death will be swift and terrible.
Ты не имеешь характера.
Do not speak to me in mother tongue. Your lips poison the very words. You in the robes of rich men, with your valuable soups and your costly American wine, while the people of my village starve.
He's bluffing.
You think? You are a psychopath, so what?
Flashbang. Frank was all sizzle, no steak. Guy acts like it was an A-bomb.
This is a dangerous person, Frank.
Bottom line, the geeks are gone. Steve Wigman and Total Security made that happen, all right?
Sprinkler damage alone, $6,000. God knows what from smoke.
Luis, would you rather have the deadbeat here at $4,000 a night another month or so?
Thank you very much.
Dangerous.
Hey, you stood up for me.
I gotta go, Steve.
Am I working for you? Huh?
Yeah.
Frank. Frank, let me do something for you. No. Let me do something for you right now. Go home.
What's going on?
Charlie's in there waving his gun around saying he's gonna kill himself. You don't have to go in there, Frank. You don't have to jump just because that's what Charlie wants.
I'm not going in there for Charlie. Hey, Jimmy.
Frank.
Where are we?
He wants to talk to you. Nowhere. You guys ready to go, Frank? Only way I can let you in is wearing one of these.
Hey, Frank.
Hey, Charlie. Can I come in?
Sure. A hell of a commotion out there.
What are you doing, Charlie?
I'm having a drink. Want to join me?
Come on, Charlie. Put the gun down.
It's too late for that, Frank.
Why?
You think they'll let me be a cop again after this?
You must not have been a cop or you wouldn't have done this. So that's okay. You do something else.
Pretty easy for you to make that kind of a career move, huh? A little tough for me to whore like you do.
You pick it up.
So, what, that a job offer?
Sure.
Cozy. You, me, and Jody in the same office.
There's nothing between me and Jody.
And you never thought about it?
She loves you, Charlie. She's sitting outside crying. Come on, don't do that.
I don't think you believe that I have the guts to do this, Frank. Well, I am drunk enough, pal. Don't challenge me.
I'm not challenging you.
Don't you challenge me, pal.
Come on, Charlie. Put the gun down. Please.
Three empty chambers, Frank. That's all I ever wanted out of life. Was a 50-50 chance.
I keep thinking I should have done more to help.
That's wrong. If a person's looking to die, they go off by themselves like an animal. What Charlie did, he played a game to hurt people.
Well, he sure got it done, didn't he?
Yeah. But it wasn't off anything you did, Jody. That was a guy who couldn't make himself happy. Me, I figure there's already enough to make us miserable. We don't have to help.
I can't stay here tonight, Frank.
Let me tell you 7 Palms. They keep a room for me. You can stay there until you figure out what you want to do.
You're always there for me, aren't you?
You want to get some things?
I can get them tomorrow.
Come on. I'll drive you.